Here is Kiké Hernandez breaking down why he is a better player in the playoffs than he is in the regular season. Now, as a huge Dodger fan and also as a big fan of personal development and visualization, I absolutely loved his response when they're talking to him about why does he perform better in the playoffs than he does in the regular season. Let's go to this interview.
There's only 2 or 3 players ever to hit multiple grand slams in a postseason, and I was just, all right, well, I already have one. Might as well do it again. And
first thing I want to break down there is this is not a guy who's taking himself too seriously. He's like, okay, cool. Well, I already did it before. Might as well do it again. I love that.
I just visualized over and over again. I visualized myself. I put myself in every at bat. Nobody on. Runner at first. Runner at second. Runner at first and second. Bases loaded. All these things, and I just saw myself having success against every single pitch that you has. You has a lot of pitches, and that's
the power of visualization is something that's huge in this situation. So Kiké Hernandez is a great player in the regular season, but he performs at superstar level in the playoffs. And that's just not who he is in the regular season. Maybe one day, but there is a drastic difference between how he performs in the playoffs versus how he performs in the regular season. So you start thinking, why is this going on? And what he's explaining here is that ever since he was a kid, he was visualizing. I think so far it talks about how he was visualizing last night, he was visualizing this, but the power of visualization has put him into a position where he's been there before again and again and again. Where so many players get to the playoffs and they go, oh, I've never been there before. I've never been here before. But Kiké has experienced this, as the title says here, we've been dreaming of as kids. We've been dreaming of this forever, always dreaming it, and he's been experiencing it inside his mind again and again and again and again. Now, how does this apply for you? Unless you're playing for the Dodgers, it might not seem like this applies to you, but when it comes to that meeting that you have, when it comes to that presentation that you have, when it comes to whatever it is that you're doing, if you can visualize it inside of your mind first, you are going to find that when you get to that situation, it's going to be like you have been there before. Let's keep going with Kiké.
That's why he's so tough, and he has really good command of everything. But it's very easy to see yourself failing in the postseason, and the anxiety, the self-doubt.
It is very easy to see us failing in the postseason, but it's very easy to see us see ourselves fail in whatever situation is going on. It's very easy to see myself failing at a presentation or failing at a sales meeting or failing at whatever. That is what the mind goes to naturally. The mind naturally goes to how can we protect ourselves, so we want to see it before, so we automatically go to where is the challenge, automatically go to how can we fail, because it's been put really well. I believe this is Jim Rohn who said this. You do not have to water the weeds. The weeds grow naturally. But if we want to grow the plants, we got to be intentional with them. Just the same way, the negative thoughts come into our mind naturally, but those positive thoughts of success, those are things that we have to nurture.
All these things start creeping in your mind, and that's why I'm such a strong believer in the power of visualizing the night before the game, because as human beings, when we're alone with our thoughts, it's usually at night in bed, and it's normal to every once in a while doubt yourself and things like that. And
is it just Kiké? Is it just me, or do you sometimes doubt yourself at night? Do you sometimes feel that? Do you sometimes go into that negative thinking? And I bet that you do. And if you don't, then I don't know, maybe I need whatever potion you're drinking to make that go away. But most of us have that. That is the natural state of human beings. But Kiké gives us the exact formula of what to do to get rid of those doubts and to go into positive thinking, which is this idea of visualization.
That's where visualization comes into play. Whenever those thoughts creep in, I just visualize myself having success over and over again. And it's almost like you get to the field the next day and you've already seen the day happen. So nothing overwhelms you. No moment gets too big. And I got a guy right here that likes the moment too. So, I'm glad we're both on the team. I'm glad we have the same last name. I'm glad the accent goes over both A's, and told him before Game 4, never been done in the history of this game. Two Hernandez going deep in the same game in the playoffs, and it didn't happen that day because we didn't need to, but it happened tonight, and we're drinking Gatorade because of it.
Absolutely love both of these guys. Kiké Hernandez, also Teoscar Hernandez, really, really fantastic. Like I said, I'm a huge Dodger fan. I'm going to back this video up a little bit so we get a different screen instead of the recommendation videos coming on there. But you think about that, I think that's such a great example. This is a professional athlete that's getting paid millions of dollars to play a game. And what he's teaching us is he's teaching us the power of visualization, the power of positive thinking, and how important this is. So for you, if you ever struggle with these negative thoughts that come up, just remember this is normal. You're a human. This is exactly how everyone experiences life. There's nothing wrong with you for feeling those feelings. But there is something that you can do. When you're alone at night with your thoughts and those thoughts start to creep in, you can shift it. You can discipline your mind and go into visualization of what you want to experience instead of the things that you don't want to experience. If it's not at night, if it's just randomly it comes up, well, we can visualize. We can use visualization as something that we use when the problem comes up. And that's a positive, but it's even better when we use visualization as something that we are continually using throughout our life. And we're doing this every single day so that we are primed and we are ready for when those times come up. And Kiké Hernandez is such a great example of this. So for you, go out there, make the choice to visualize every single day. Visualize the success that you want. Visualize what we want instead of the things that we don't want. Because the truth is that we all do visualization, whether we believe it or not, or think it or not. It's just most of us are spending our times and spending our life focusing on visualizing the things that we don't want. So let's spend our time visualizing the things that we do want, and maybe we can go out there and hit some metaphorical home runs in our lives. Thanks so much for watching this video. My name is Jake Ballentine with Mountaintop Motivation, and I will see you at the top.